Few things which you may have already heard in the news. Cyber warfare is going to be the next platform. So before even we start fighting in person, before there is like engagement at the physical level, the cyber warfare is what it will start with. Like at least on the US side, we see Russia and China daily attacking us and getting into our networks and so on.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Grow IT podcast. One of your hosts here, Trey King. And today we're very excited to have our guest, Mr. Vishal from Ziphon. And we'll be diving into his story a little bit today, as well as what it is his company does, and then some engaging insights, as always, into the technology industry. So make sure you stick around for this one. But without further ado, Vishal, welcome to the Grow IT podcast.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
No, we are glad that you jumped on. Vishal, if you don't mind, just for the listeners out there, just to please introduce yourself and just tell a quick snippet just of your story, your background.
Sure. So my name is Vishal Masih. I have been doing cybersecurity for 23 years, based out of Dallas, Texas, and my company's name is Ziphon. The website is ziphon.tech, where we focus just on cybersecurity. As a personal story, I came to the US in 2006 and been doing consulting, and I love doing what I do because it's a challenge each and every day.
Excellent. Tell me, Vishal, how did you, what was the reason, or how did it so happen that you got into this, this business sector? What was it that gave you that spark to say cybersecurity is my direction?
For me, it was just luck. So after I graduated from college, my first job happened to be in the cyber security sector. And at that point, like I just found it more challenging and I just stuck with it.
My word. Tell me, and then, like you mentioned, you've been at this for over 20 years now.
Yes. 23
Excellent,
years. Yes.
excellent. I was thinking when before you got on to myself, I need to ask you. Obviously, based on your expertise, you've been at this for quite some time, man.
Mhm.
What would you say are, in your opinion, the current market trends that you've picked up lately? What way are the winds blowing? What have you been noticing?
Well, a few things which you may have already heard in the news. Cyber warfare is going to be the next platform. So before even we start fighting in person, before there is like engagement at the physical level, the cyber warfare is what will it will it will start with. Like uh,
Sure.
at least on the US side, we see Russia and China daily attacking us and getting into our networks and so on. So that's a major risk. The second thing which I'm seeing a lot is the use of AI, not just to defend, but also to attack. So it's not just the good guys trying to use AI, the bad guys are also using it.
Jeez, that's actually quite a scary thought, to know. I didn't. I mean, the last thing I would have thought of, was like the AI turning on us as well. Because I mean, clearly AI has been a buzzword now for the last 2 years. I'm sure you'll agree.
Mhm.
And never thought about that side of AI. So scary thought, man. Definitely a scary thought. The Vishal, if you don't mind, if you can please just tell us a bit more about
Mhm.
Ziphon. What is it specifically? What you guys do?
Sure. So Ziphon is purely a cybersecurity focused company. We do manage security services and we also do cybersecurity consulting. I would say managed security services is around 40% of our business. The rest is all consulting. And we do a lot of work on the federal government side. We also have commercial clients. In terms of our areas of expertise, we do identity, credential, and access management, which is called ICAM.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance, and we do application security, which is also called DevSecOps. And a major focus for us for this year and going forward is going to be zero trust security consulting.
Excellent. And then, the what would you say out of these verticals, if I might call them, right?
Yep.
What would you say from a value point of view, right? If you don't mind, just to, if you can maybe possible include a bit of a case study with the clients and how they received value, for what you guys did for them, if you don't mind to elaborate.
Absolutely. So our major focus is automation. So
Okay.
whenever we go to a client, we want to make sure that they don't have to face the same problem twice. Like the 80-20 rule. 20% of the effort spent on automating problems can solve 80% of the problems.
All
So
right.
one of the case studies that we did is that one of our clients, HCSC, they are based in Dallas. So they were manually tracking compliance to their security in the cloud, and they were exporting that and manually entering that into their GRC tool. So what we did is that we automated the whole process. We developed a custom script which they could use to export compliance data out in a CSV format, which is called comma separate value format, which they could directly import into their GRC tool. So that one script saved them weeks of manual effort.
Excellent. That is so. The way I see it is that it's like crazy time saving. That's and obviously productivity then lifts up, right? So excellent. That's quite a good example. The the if we can maybe talk about it just from a business owner point of view, what would you say in your opinion? You've been around the block a couple of times, right? What would you say? What kind of mindset would you say is needed to be successful as a founder of a company?
I think the first thing I would say is you have to believe in yourself, because there will always be days when you will doubt yourself, because job, just you go to work, you are from 9 to 5 and then you're done. When you are doing business, you are always in that mode, and like you will set your own targets and goals, which often are maybe challenging, because if you want to grow, you have to set difficult goals. But then attaining those goals will be I would say, a daily grind. So there will be days when you will doubt yourself, but you have to just keep on pushing.
Got it. And then what would you say from your current in your obviously in your business sector? What would you say from a market point of view, right? What is the current market sentiment like? What's the buying power out there at the moment, for example?
So I think companies right now are looking to automate as much as they can for within the cybersecurity space, because finding good people with the right skills at the right price point is difficult. Like there are openings in the market, but finding the right talent is difficult. So I believe companies will shift more towards automation. And next year, we do, at least in the US, we do anticipate inflationary pressure because of the tax rate might come down, and the government also might put tariffs. So the companies might want to uh, spend as less as possible on cybersecurity, but still get the same benefits or even more.
Got it. Obviously, for example, when I have a conversation with our clientele, they all of them, the common thread that I can see that pulls through, right, is that everybody, I just want to get the wording right, but we'll say that they are cautiously optimistic. That's
Yep.
they on their a majority of their side said, like, 2024 was just not the best from a obviously a production point of view. And I think there's a lot of economical factors, right, that like played a
Yep.
role when it came to that. But but having said that, most of them said that, no, hey man, there's a lot of light at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah.
And everybody's making plans and do what they need to do for next year. So I think cautiously optimistic is definitely something that the guys are putting out there. Um, Having said that, what would you say? You've been at this for a long time, and obviously there's ups and downs when it comes to growing this business. Do you perhaps maybe have advice for? I'm thinking about the younger guy now, right? Wanting to get into the market, want to start out, or even just from a leadership position. A lot of people, not just entrepreneurship, but even guys that necessarily want to climb the rank in their company as well. But just one or two things, if you don't mind, what you've learned, if you are willing to share, what you've learned in the past, that you could say, guys, there's a couple of things here that you need to focus on to make sure when you get into this industry and this business.
So I come from a very technical background. So I've been doing like even now, some portion of my daily work is technical, and that uh, will always be the case. But for people who are moving from the technical side to business, or even to management roles, I would say the major mindset shift is that you'll have to focus more on people than the actual technology. Focus on the people, the business, and then see uh, how technology can provide value to their daily lives. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say, like, everybody should know should at least have the basic knowledge of AI going forward, because it's going to be a major driving force and it's going to touch each and every process at uh, 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 at your company going forward, like be it sales, marketing, finance, even cyber security. AI is going to play a role everywhere. So I would say at least have some basic knowledge of like how things work, what is RAG, what is LLM, and so on.
Excellent. That's very good advice. And well, tell me, how can the the listeners, where can they get hold of you guys?
Sure. So you can check out our website. It is zephon.tech, zephon.tech. You can also send us an email at contact@zephon.tech. I personally am very active on LinkedIn, so you can find me there and just send me a DM.
Excellent. Vishal, I need to thank you for your expertise today, your insight. I can fully understand, why you guys are so successful the way you are. And, I wish you all the best going forward. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Take a
Bye now.
break. Thank you. Bye-bye.